Hello, everybody. It's your host, Weebo. I am Weebo, and this is the professionals, except with one S. One S. Except singular, because I can hear myself. God damn it. I forget. I hate when I forget to mute myself. But yeah, SDA, for whatever reason, is having some technical difficulty. She told me to continue the show without her. It's all good. On her end, she's having some weird joining issues with the hangout, so she just told me to go do it. But that does mean that I am down one co-host, and our executive producer just informed me that she cannot do it either. So this is going to be just the professional stream, unless I can get someone else to join me. Who wants to join me? Someone join me. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I have a whole host of stories and shenanigans that I'd like to get through, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. I have a whole bunch of things to entertain you with while we wait for things to go right for once in my life. It's totally fine. I'm not salty about it. But while we wait, I'm just gonna make sure that in the event that SDA does manage to figure out her technological difficulties, if you figure it out, for if. It's such a strange thing. Sometimes Google Hangouts can be so finicky. I don't get it. I had to restart the stream to figure out what it was. It was one girl, one stream. Exactly, Jolander. Exactly. You have it 100% correct. So it is just me at this moment, unless I can get a co-host, in which case then it'll be me plus another random person. I just have to figure out who it is that I want to join me. Does anyone have any, leanings that they have? No? No one? No, you just want to see me ramble for an hour and 12 minutes? Because we can't go overtime, because, guys, remember, it's Sunday, which means that, I don't know if you're aware of this, Game of Thrones is premiering, the second episode of Game of Thrones, and I intend not to miss it. Yeah, do you have any leanings for who it is that you would like me to have as a co-host for tonight? You have leanings? Yeah, we're going to talk about that, William. We're going to talk about the Easter bombing. You know what? Oh, no, maybe. Let's get my token in here. No, I think he's working. God damn it. See, this is what happens when things fall apart. Hang on. I got a co-host for you guys. Co-host. You doing anything right now? No? It's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm not salty about it. It's not like no one loves me. Chubbs from Happy Gilmore. What? I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's pull up my first article that I had brought up. Good thing I was prepared, and I prepared all of the articles beforehand because I am a good Weebo. I'm going to present that to everyone. Hopefully, that's still presenting. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Now you get to see what Weebo's like without the fancy music and the bells and the whistles and all that jazz. Boyfriendo loves me. Yes, he does. I actually sent him a very fun thing earlier. So I saw. Okay. Let's get into the news because I have some news stuff that I wanted to discuss. California education official makes shocking admission about new sex ed curriculum. Well, what do you guys think that shocking revelation is? Because I can tell you, it's not going to leave you in a happy place. Thank you to Lion Patriot, who donated way before the show even started, $6.50 to say, never in all my born days have I seen such a finer example of wholesomeness than you two. What scripture has been chosen? Something from Genesis or perhaps Revelations? Remember, he conquered death, blessings to all. Fitting, seeing as it's Easter. So we're not going to make a mockery of religion tonight. I don't think that would be appropriate considering what happened today, earlier in the day, earlier in this morning time of celebration for Christians all across the universe, all across the world. I do not think it would be appropriate, but that's just my own opinion. But carrying on to this news article, California. Yeah, okay. So what curriculum do you think it was that people have proposed or enacted in California. Take your fancy, because it's California, so obviously it's gonna be something wild. I'm seeing free condoms. I'm seeing no, I'm just butt stuff. Yeah, okay. Gender studies. Those are my options. Those are what I've been given here. Anyone who's been following my work knows that lately I've been screaming bloody murder of the new sex ed curriculum being forced into California public schools. The laws for the LGBT-heavy curriculum passed over 2 years ago, but the final deadline for implementation is fast approaching. Curriculum options and lesson plans have been approved, and the only thing left to do is to approve a, quote, framework that will guide the creation of any new curriculum for decades to come. In other words, there will be no more changes to the changes, and the current changes are pretty shocking. I've already reported on what happened when parents in the largely Hispanic district of Santa Ana approached their school board about the curriculum and the usurping I know what that word means. Usurping of their parental rights in the approval process. Around the state, the school board members, the California Department of Education, and even teachers' unions are deliberately obscuring information regarding exactly what it is and will be taught, as well as outright lying about what lesson plans are approved for which age groups. The strategy for this ultimately unpopular agenda has been to conceal and deceive and paint concerned parents as hysterical bigots. Bigots, I tell you. Bigots. Sanguine, thank you for the $5 over on Streamlabs. Good, so the dark dealings in this... Oh god, that's a word. Saccharine sanctuaries are over, and the glucose gods of Loompa Land are appeased as they have once again been satiated on the souls of churlish children. God, you people and your lovely... How do I put this? Word usages. Is this what it's come down to? By the way, if you guys would like to donate to the show to help SDA with their technical difficulties and all that jazz, there is a link to the Streamlabs down in the description down below, and there is also a super chat button right there. You can't see me, but I'm pointing at it on my screen. It's right there. With the $sign, you can just donate. Of course, Google then takes 30% of what it is that you try to give me, so it's up to you, really, at your discretion. Do what you will. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to suggest things. So, carrying on. So, when a California education official is caught telling the truth about something that seems unbelievable, lessons about pederasty. Pederasty. I'm going to say it again, one more time, but with emphasis. Pederasty. There we go. Yep, that was with emphasis. Or sexual relationships between adult men and boys, it should be duly noted and roundly reported on. Why is this? That's exactly what it was. That's the sexual education that's being proposed, that is being enacted in California school systems at this very moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the world has come to. Are you not enraged? I'm a little bit salty about it. I don't know about you guys. But it is what it is. On Thursday, a parent attended a parent information meeting for the Brea Old Nida Unified School District. Several words that I don't care to pronounce. The meeting was intended to be an opportunity for parents to ask questions about the new progressive curriculum. Progressive indeed, is it not, ladies and gentlemen? The founder of Informed Parents of California recorded her interaction with Carrie Torres, the Assistant Superintendent for Education Services. Yates asked if and why Boast was teaching material on pederasty to 9th graders. I need a break from this just to look at the chat. Still haven't found a co-host yet? No, I have not. You know what? I should probably widen my search. What if... Yeah, I could just give it to Pat. Pat, would you like to join me? Of course, there's no response. There's no one there to respond. Not yet, anyway. There's a delay. Oh, you don't want to join me? That's fine. It's cool. It's fine. I'm not offended. Fine. No pedo stuff. That's fair. That's cool. You know what? I'm doing a good job by myself. It's fine. I'm having fun. So I might have expected Torres to outright dismiss such claims as silly. Instead, after acting annoyed that this was the third time she was having to explain it, she shockingly seemed to admit that they are indeed discussing pedestry as a form of sexuality. Quote, "This is done because we are talking about historical perspectives on how gender relations and different sexual orientation have existed in history, something that has occurred in history, so this is really important." Okay, now, we're going to just stop it right there because I do want to address something. It is my understanding, as someone who has studied the classics and history and what have you, that there has been in the past. She's here!
Hi.
Oh my god, what happened?
Okay, like, so I figured out that if I updated my computer, I would get dark mode. So I updated my computer for the first time in 6 months, changed literally all of my settings, including all of my settings in Chrome. And so Chrome decided that it hates me. So I had to re-download Chrome 3 times and then change all of the settings back because it was a whole thing. And happy birthday to me. Yep. I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, if I don't figure this out, I'm never streaming again. This is really fun. The Weebo's alone. Everything's bad. What are we going to do? I was like, I straightened my hair for this. This is bullshit.
That's fair. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you're here because we're talking about pedestry being taught in California schools.
Wait, what?
Did you not read any of the articles I sent you?
Oh, you know what? No.
That's fine. We're on yeah.
I was Eastering.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But okay, so
then this happened.
Yeah, this was a roadblock. You sounded so sad. You sounded so sad in the tweets, in the DMs.
I was really upset about it. Well, no, because it was like, even when I set up my own, because usually when Hangouts does something annoying, when you set up your own, it's like, oh, never mind. I don't hate you anymore. But when I set up my own, it was still like, no, but for real, go fuck yourself. Or go F yourself, sorry.
We're trying to be more wholesome here. SDA, how dare.
I know. You know what? I should actually have a swear jar. Because I'm bad about it.
That's fine.
No, but really, we don't like you. And so, yeah, that was kind of how that went. And that's when I really started panicking. So that was why I was like, no, I actually have to figure this out. Because band-aiding is like, if I can't stream, then like everything's over. My YouTube life is over. Everything's bad. This is bad. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, panicked.
All right. So let's take a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Would you like to continue the news? I feel like we should just nix stupid comment time because I don't really have very many interesting ones. And I think we could save them till next week because we do have a lot of news to get into.
Yeah, and you know that works. Because I have exciting stuff, I guess, if you guys weren't there for launch stream, because it's also Livescraft's 1-year anniversary today, and tomorrow is my birthday. So,
happy birthday, happy anniversary, everyone. Celebrate with us.
Yes, there's stuff. We can do celebratory stuff instead.
Yep.
But yeah, news. We're on the sexy story. Or the the erotic, is that? No, that's not less.
No, honey.
What word?
Pederasty?
Pederasty. Right. Educational story.
The education story about how
to be family friendly. I'm doing my best.
Oh, there is a Streamlabs from Sanguine who said, the F did Takei write up the sex ed curriculum? Well, with the recent decriminalization of a 10-year age gap, so long as the kid is 15 plus in Cali, the 9th graders are right in the target demo. You know, he's not wrong, because we did cover that story, and that was an issue.
Okay, so what were they teaching? Can we just set this up first?
So the quote that we left off on that I wanted to discuss was, quote, "This is done because we are talking about historical perspectives on how gender relations and different sexual orientations have existed in history, something that has occurred in history, so this is really important with regards to sexual education." And they are teaching pederasty, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you, Sanguine. To ninth graders in California school districts. And when I say they're teaching it, I want to say that they're, from what the teacher is saying in the quote, I haven't seen the video. I would like to actually see the video, so I might do a video on it, actually, in response. But what I'm gathering from this is that they are informing ninth graders about the historical context behind adult young boy male relationships that have occurred. Not something I really would think would be a good idea to teach ninth graders necessarily. That's more of a upper level classics thing. But I don't know. I do not know for a fact.
Here's the thing, though. Like, to me, as like a sex ed program,
yeah, why would you include it in a sexual education
like, to me,
program?
I mean, like, as a history major, to me that goes really well in history classes because that's just kind of part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not Jolander, sorry, Joy said that's college shit, and yeah, it is. But we touched on it in high school, and we talked about some of that kind of stuff because like we were curious and we asked questions and our teachers answered some of those questions, not like in detail, but just the relationship part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where you get a lot of that context because history teachers should be, and especially in college, are a lot more qualified to answer those questions than a sex educator might be.
Oh, absolutely.
As far as the historical context goes as to why those relationships would have occurred. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that like you should pretend none of that ever happened, but as far as sex ed goes, no.
Well, consider this. When I did sex ed in high school, the people who taught us sex ed, or health is what it's called, were gym teachers. Gym teachers are not the most qualified people to teach about the historical context behind.
We had gym teachers too. They always did health stuff, and
yeah,
they weren't even the most qualified people to be teaching health stuff, let alone.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why. At one point, this one time, people married 12-year-olds for political reasons, like it. Because the thing is too, with like a lot of those marriages, even. We know for a fact that like those marriages weren't consummated, and sometimes they were. It's very complicated, which is why you get into it in history classes and not sex ed classes, because a lot of it's not even about sex. In some cases it is. Like that's why you don't get into it there.
Stevie Ray says, and they also had access to the shower room. Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
Real
Gym
quick,
teachers are weird for me.
Thank you, Full Auto Skeptic, who donated $5 over on the Streamlabs. I would join, but my Gen X brain can't grasp all the buzzy, flashy widgets of you youngsters today. So here's money to help with the show. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next thing that I brought up. It is police brutality story, actually. Yay.
I'm so glowy, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'll just present my screen instead. So, video shows... Huh?
That fixes it.
Video shows BSO deputies body slamming, pepper spraying a student. So I haven't actually... I guess we could totally kind of view it a little bit.
Oh, I think I've seen this. This is like about the...
Yeah.
The phone thing.
Yeah, I just muted it. So this is basically... It's probably a little bit, choppy for you guys, but this is the video that is going on. We don't actually have context. I haven't actually seen context, but yeah, they're going at it. They're going at it hard. I don't know what the kid's getting arrested for, but they have him securely pinned to the ground, it would seem. And of course, these videos are never meant to actually look decent and then, like, on their own, obviously. Are you... SDA, does this look all right for you? Like,
it's pretty choppy. Okay. For us, but
well, you get the gist of it, right? So it was a little bit aggressive, and that's kind of what
Weebo, real quick, $1 wants you to ask him for her for money.
$1 please give me money.
For
because you like me.
You know me, I never miss an opportunity.
I mean, That's fair. But okay, so to read through this, the mayor of Broward County.
Yes.
Wow, that's a word. On Friday, called for the firing of Broward Sheriff Office deputies caught on video punching and banging a
Is this in
teenager's.
Georgia?
I don't know where Broward County is. It could be. If you want to look that up.
Georgia. There's one in Georgia, which is why I asked.
Bad comic review. The real crime is that they didn't turn the camera sideways.
Agree.
True.
Landscape mode when filming people. Portrait mode when taking pictures of women.
Yeah. The behavior of these Broward County office deputies was outrageous and unacceptable, the mayor said. The officers who jumped on the student, punched the student, and banged his head on the ground should be fired immediately. Oh, thank you, $1 for the $9.99. Here you go. Is it that easy? Is that all I have to do? Please send money. Please send money with no expectations.
And if you would like to donate, oh, it's Fort Lauderdale. Okay. You know what? Just kidding. Don't listen to me. Thank you, your boy Pat, for the $5 over on the Streamlabs. Weebo, I wasn't saying no to streaming with you. It was the article you were reading.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm always available to stream with one of my favorite ladies all the time. And SDA showed up before her fiance and mistress could stream together. Hi, SDA. Hi, Pat. If you want to stream with us, though, you are more than welcome to hop on.
Yeah, if you want to send him the link. Because I know he tweeted me just as you were coming on, I think. And I was like, oh, no.
You're more than welcome to stream with us.
So when the officers took him to the ground, another deputy rushed in and forced the boy's neck down. In the background, the video shows a female screaming, "What are you doing? Yes, we get it. He's bleeding. People are screaming. The world is ending. Da-da-da-da-da." Again, the three of us were outnumbered by a large group of students who were yelling, threatening, and surrounding us. Krikovic wrote in the arrest report, "I had to act quickly, fearing I would be struck or get struck or having a student potentially grab weapons off of my belt vest." And you know what? As a former police department intern and someone who has worked very closely with police officers in the past, who has learned a lot from them in the past as well, being an explorer and whatnot, I have to say the fear is real. You have one of the most dangerous jobs on the planet because you are literally putting yourself in uncertain circumstances in order to keep the peace amongst people who are more often than not having the worst day of their life in that moment. And when people are having a bad day, you know, they have a tendency to react in a very aggressive, very vitriolic way. And because of that, they're more dangerous. And because of that, your life is at risk.
And the other thing too, like when I saw the video and I saw what the kid did, because people were like, he was just picking up a cell phone. The kid was standing back in the crowd and then he moved towards the action to pick something up. Now, just as complete speculation, which I know you're not supposed to do, to me, I see that as like a kid was like, "Oh shit, my friend's cell phone." And the cops saw that as, "Oh shit, somebody reaching for something."
Yeah.
You need to make that do it, stop it.
In situations where things are high velocity and everything is happening at the exact same time, you are bound to make a mistake. You are bound to have some sort of issue occur. There is judgment calls that you are making in a split second while everything is going a mile a minute. So I, as a police explorer, I, as someone who interned with police officers, I, as someone who has worked closely with them, recognize the necessity for a little bit more open-mindedness and, you know, a little bit more caution when it comes to dealing with police. Don't do anything quickly around them. Don't do anything that could be conceived as potentially reaching for a weapon. I mean, these are things.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because Checker Logic said SDA, are you victim blaming? And hi, Pat. How are you?
I'm doing great.
And I guess maybe a little bit, because if you're reaching your hand into the action to grab what they don't know, what they probably have not even comprehended is a cell phone, they just see a black object, then yeah, they're just gonna be like, you know, get the person down on the ground, get that to stop, because all the movement just needs to stop, and that to be what happens.
And you can I'm gonna say this too. One last thing. You can bitch and moan about how we need
Complain.
to better in the field. Sorry, yes, we can complain about how officers need to be better trained at the academy and whatever. But training is gonna go only so far compared to actual real life situations where you are putting yourself in that situation and having things go all sorts of haywire. It doesn't happen as often in certain areas, but it does happen. And when it does happen, people make judgment calls. Sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good. Let's calm down a little bit. Anyway,
but it's kind of hard to calm down, when you got like crazy opportunities, trying to push certain narratives and things like that, just keep stuff going.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's moving on to the next thing. I think we've.
Yeah, we can go to Justice Smollett update.
Probably people.
Did we upset people?
I don't know. Maybe we probably.
It's okay.
Upset people for that.
Yeah, like technical difficulties and things like that, and people trying to help out. Like I said, like Weebo, I wasn't saying no to streaming with you. It's like when you was reading the article, that's what I was saying no to, and all of a sudden the question came up, and I'm like, bad timing.
It's bad timing. I was like, he doesn't want to come on really badly.
He's very mad at this. That's
I would never say no to you.
That's one of the sad things about the delay a little bit is that you're like, hey, you want to do this? And he's listening to the thing you said 5 seconds ago. And he's like, oh, no. And you're like, aw.
All right.
Real quick before we go into that, thank you, Sanguine, for the $5 over on the Streamlabs. Also, rule number 1 for cuffing someone in the middle of a shit show, an S show, excuse you. You control the head, push that S word into the wall or ground, because they can't fight free half as easily. I don't know if that's actually how they teach it. I can't speak on that, but I do know that is something that does make it easier to control people's movements. So,
actually, someday I should probably have, I don't know. The way that they trained us in Explorers was essentially and this isn't a situation where it is that you can actually control the crowd, but you approach the perpetrator, assuming that they're alone by themselves. You approach the perpetrator from 2 angles. Your backup is on one side while you are approaching them from the other side. You tell them to look the other way, and then you have them get on their knees with their hands completely in the air, like well above the head. And then you... Oh, fuck, now I'm forgetting everything. But you can essentially, if you control their hands, then you can control exactly what it is that they do, assuming that they don't have a weapon, which is what you check for after you've already cuffed them. But you get them on the ground first. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and also when you see somebody reaching for something, and in such a high-speed situation like that, you have no idea what they just reached for, because, you as the viewer, when you're playing Monday morning quarterback, that that's a cell phone. They don't know that that's a cell phone yet. And, could it have been handled better? I don't know, maybe. I'm not the one investigating it. And this is one of those times where I'm just glad that I'm an author and a smack talker on the internet, and I'm not in charge of this.
Yeah.
But
do you guys want to talk about Jussie Smollett's night terrors?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Jussie Smollett. His brother says he's telling the truth. Empire Star has night terrors. Look at that face. Isn't that the face of a man who's totally innocent?
So his night terrors mean he's telling the truth?
Obviously.
What? That doesn't... Okay.
Here, let me just read it.
Hold on. These things aren't related.
Shh, SDA. Shh. Just let it happen.
They're not related.
They might be. You don't know.
They're not.
We haven't read the article.
But it doesn't matter.
SDA.
What?
Come on. Shh. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, yeah.
We can just stop arguing.
Jussie Smollett is the victim of an out-of-control media and social media storm, and the Empire Star is suffering profound emotional issues from simply telling the truth about the attack, says his brother. JoJo.
Wait, hold on. That first thing right there is what's getting me started right there. He is not a victim of an out-of-control medium. Like we said, he's not a victim at all. Like I said, this is the out of control media he created,
This reminds me of that like old 2015 feminist meme. You know, with the yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how you gonna play victim of something that he created?
Like this.
Jojo Smollett says Jussie is violently.
Her name is Jojo. Sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry, Jussie and Jojo. I'm like, why
Jussie
would
and
your
JoJo,
parents
well,
do that to you? That is terrible.
hey,
I'm
you'd be
so
surprised
sorry.
what parents do, man. Like, dang.
Come on, guys. We still got 2 whole articles to go through.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oof. For whatever reason, one of my articles didn't make it in here. Can you pull up the one that I sent you about Sri Lanka?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so Jojo calls him. Jojo is violently awakening from night terrors following the assault. So he says in an op-ed piece for BET. Jojo claims that Jussie staged the attack ludicrous, adding that he has been insanely successful and didn't need a phony reason to boost his career opportunities or salary. He didn't need it, but it didn't hurt.
Well, it did, but
it did hurt in the long run, but it wouldn't have hurt if it hadn't been for those darn meddling kids and their dumb dog.
If it hadn't been for your meddling kids and your dumb dog too.
Mm-hmm. So Jojo claims that Jussie staged. Oh wait, no, I already said that. Jussie's brother says there are plenty of people who support the actor, and the problem lies with the bandwagoning and tyranny of perceived majority.
I'm pretty sure it's most people that are like, no.
Jojo says Jussie didn't even want to contact the police following the incident in Chicago and says it was his choreographer who insisted he do so, and it was actually the choreographer who called the cops. See, I thought it was his manager.
Yeah, they can't get their lies.
Okay,
they can't get their lies straight.
I think that's it.
The Sri Lanka. Do you want me to do that next?
We have 2 more over here, but
okay, cool.
And as far as that face, he had on right there, that was a smug dude that just knew he got away with it.
Oh my god, I have to turn off my ad blocker and I have to refresh the freaking page? Of course. Okay.
This is
turn
driving
off that pesky ad blocker.
Bracketing wall, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So can I read this?
Yeah, you can read this.
Okay. Massive Notre Dame cathedral donations draw high-profile backlash.
Why?
I know exactly why.
It's driving me nuts. Okay. Multiple French billionaires joined in an international effort this week to raise funds to rebuild the Notre Dame Cathedral after a fire partially destroyed the beloved historic building. But the speed and scale of these donations has sparked a debate about income inequality and the worthiness of the cause. The criticism comes after, I'm so sorry, I'm just not even going to try. Both billionaires each pledged more than $100 million to the restoration efforts. The rivals, sorry,
the story
have a history of one-upmanship. See, this is one of those times where dick measuring contests are a good thing. Other big French donors, cosmetic companies L'Oreal and the Bettencourt Myers family, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, soon international press coverage, including articles published by the Washington Post, Forbes, and CNN, spotlighted negative reactions, often accompanied by general sympathy for the rebuilding cause. A common position among critics, the mega donations prove social problems could be quickly addressed if the wealthy were more motivated to do so.
How do you motivate the wealthy to do so? Do you threaten them by taking away all of their finances, or do you just take it from them and then redistribute it the way that you see fit? Just curious. How do you motivate the wealthy?
So people who are complaining are basically pissed off because these wealthy people right there are donating to the what's the word I'm looking for the reconstruction of this historical building that's been around for generations and all that right there. And they're basically mad because they're donating to that instead of their causes or whatever I'm saying, whatever it should be. I'm like the selfishness of some people.
Real quick, take away the thing so people can see me. Please.
I think I did that.
Hi.
Did I do that?
What's up? So I've also seen another criticism because the White House also pledged money to this. And
So the White House, or was it just Donald Trump?
I think it was the White House.
Okay, continue.
From what I saw, that was the headline I read anyway. I didn't click on the article because I'm just I'm smart like that. But I do believe it was the White House. You can fact check me though on that. So I saw people saying too, you know, so we can send money to them, but we can't do blah 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 blah. Here's a number of things about all of this.
Yeah, it was the White House, by the way.
Yeah, okay. First of all, let's just address the worthiness of the cause.
Mm-hmm.
The Notre Dame Cathedral is probably the most shining example of Gothic architecture. And also Donald Trump, my mom just texted me, is personally donating too.
Okay.
The Notre Dame Cathedral is one of the most beautiful examples of Gothic architecture that we have. Given the time period and the technology at the time, it should not have been able to be built. It is one of the most well-preserved examples of that type of architecture. Because of the Hunchback of Notre Dame actually was basically a plea to kind of upkeep the building in the first place, and that's what they did, and that's why it's so well preserved. That's why it is such a well-preserved cathedral, and that's why it is such, a basically well-treasured monument to this day. It's such an important piece of human history, so that's why it's important. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Great Wall of China. All right. It's like the Hagia Sophia. I mean, it's just one of those things that we still have that we should hold on to because we still have it.
Yes.
All right.
Iconic.
And there are other places in the world where there used to be these massive, amazing feats of architecture that we just don't have anymore, or that are not, or that are in ruins, and we can't get that back. And we still have that cathedral, okay? And we have the chance to rebuild it, and we should absolutely be doing that. Here's the other thing about the money, all right? Fixing poverty, it's not just a one-time thing. Okay.
Infrastructure too, because a lot of the issues that they're pointing out aren't just with, social inequalities. It's also with actual issues like, oh, let's, get Puerto Rico out of the
right
that they're having. Flint,
and it's like, that's not just a one-time expense. Rebuilding a building, you have
that's a one-time thing.
That's a one-time thing. Yes, you have then the upkeep, but they were already doing the upkeep. They were already doing a renovation when this happened. Okay. But this is a one-time, this is a one-time bill.
Yeah.
So, this is just something that we can all do to preserve a piece of human history, and we should absolutely do it, because there are parts of the world that would not do this. There are areas of the world that don't care. And if we can do something like this for any part of the world, we should absolutely do it. So the idea that it's not worth it or whatever, I mean, look, if we can just have a moment as people where we can come together and just not give a shit about politics or something, or about any other, about whether or not pineapple is okay on pizza or whatever kind of petty bullshit, and just preserve part of human history, we should absolutely do it.
Mm-hmm.
And all that other stuff, okay, that would take way more than just a single donation of $100 million. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
So
I was actually coming from a different perspective on this, although I do acknowledge SDA's whole spiel, and I think that she makes a lot of valid points, and I do agree with her in those respects. My whole issue with the telling people what they can and can't do was summed up very, very nicely in just one tweet, where I said, if I see one more post about how outrageous it is that people raise money for things that they care about, but not for things that other people care about, I am not going to do anything, because it's important that people make their own decisions about what they do with their own money and platforms. And what I mean by this is essentially, if someone wants to do something with their money in order to help a cause that they deem worthy, that they personally want to facilitate, that they want to donate to, that they want, how dare you judge someone else's charitable giving that they don't actually have to do with a modicum of, but it's not good enough, but it's not going to the cause that I want it to. Get over your fucking self, okay? Just because people aren't doing what you want them to do doesn't make it any less right in the grand scheme of things, okay?
Thank you. You just took the words out of my mouth.
Just because you want to rebuild an architectural structure that has significant cultural value to other people over, donating to Flint, Michigan to get their water pipes, fixed.
And okay, real quick about that too.
Mm-hmm.
And about Puerto Rico, there so much money has been dumped into Flint and into Puerto Rico.
Already,
and a separate issue that we can get into on Wednesday if you guys want.
That'll be our stuff and things time issue.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that gets me about the people who sit up here and complain about, oh, you can donate to this, but you can't donate to that. I'll be sitting. The first thing I ask them, okay, all right, what have you done for them? Things like that, like you complain that I'm not donating to just such and such that you want me to donate to. What have you done for them? And see if they stutter or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the other thing too. They're always on and on and on about, and I hate to bring this issue up again, but they're like, oh, so, babies in the womb matter than babies once they leave the womb. That's a thing that everyone always brings out for whatever reason. And then it's like you're trying to compare two good causes that people have stood behind and being like, well, you're a hypocrite because you don't support the second cause that is a little bit more, in my eyes, important than this cause that you believe is more important in your eyes. Like, for whatever reason, people have this self-inflated ego about their own personal values, and it's a level of not self-entitlement, but entitlement of values that they think that they have that are better than these other people's. Like, who the hell are you? What moral high ground? No. Who died and gave you the moral high ground to stand upon? Honestly. It's a whole thing. But then we have two more stories. One is the Sri Lanka, and then the other one is a very, very, very awesome, not awesome, but I quite enjoyed it when I saw what it was about.
Let's start with the sad thing.
Go away. Sorry, ad block. For whatever reason, they don't like it when I use ad block. But researchers have recreated the face of an ancient dog. The canine remains were buried in a tomb in Orkney, Scotland, over 4,000 years ago. I love science. I love archaeology so much because then we get
adorable.
Stuff like this. Isn't he though?
He's so cute.
What kind of dog would you say that is? Chat. Anyone know?
He looks kind of like he looks more like a wolf.
A little bit, but I think
a little bit, but
this was 4,000 years ago, right? So dogs are the quote descendants genetically of what do you call it? The wolves, right? So it would make sense that dogs 4,500 years ago, give or take, would look somewhat more.
Yeah, like that they look more wolfish, and that's what's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like that we're doing stuff like this and that we can see stuff like this.
Yeah. So this was, I guess, where they found the doggo. It just makes me sad that a dog had to die in order for them to get this.
Yeah, but since it's 4,000 years ago, he would have passed away anyway. So
SDA, don't do me like that.
I know, but he's okay because we get to see him now because he's back.
He's been immortalized as the goodest doggo.
Immortalized, and now he's back.
Yep.
And he's
all
a
right.
good boy.
Are you guys ready for the depressing news?
Yay!
Happy Easter, everybody!
Whoop-de-doo.
Attacks on Sri Lanka churches and hotels. So a summary of what has gone down, what has transpired today is 8 blast hit locations, including churches, hotels across Sri Lanka, leaving at least 207 people dead and 450 injured. Congregations were taking part in Easter Sunday services at the churches when the blast hit. The 5-star Shangri-La, Kingsbury, and Cinnamon Grand hotels in the heart of Colombo were targeted. The death toll could rise significantly as hospitals report casualty figures. At least 27 foreigners are known to have died. At least 7 people have been arrested in connection with the attacks, officials say.
That is an absolutely massive attack.
It's nutso. I'm not going to scroll too far down because I don't want to get demonetized by images because
yeah, no. And
dead people are kind of not good.
Let's not see
Oh
them.
man, yeah.
But essentially, what has happened is people have died. There was explodies, and it happened on Easter Sunday.
That
churches.
is really sad.
Which is, if that's not an indication of a targeted attack against Christianity, I'm not entirely sure what is. And the fact that it happened so close after Notre Dame was a thing.
Yeah, it's just
It doesn't strike me as coincidental. More so, it strikes me as intentional. But I don't want to say anything,
either that or it's just a coincidence that Notre Dame happened really close to Easter.
Probably,
like
but
a lot of people like us. I'm seeing a pattern here.
It strikes me as odd. It strikes me as suspicious. And if there's anything that I know about being suspicious, is that I gotta go with my gut, and my gut is telling me that this might be related. Might.
It's sad.
It is sad. It's incredibly sad. And then what's even sadder is if you go to Twitter, right?
Oh God.
Oh no.
You all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
If you go to Twitter, you're gonna see some interesting nuclear hot takes. Let's see. Yeah, if you watch the news, hardly anyone is actually talking about it. Hardly anyone. There are organizations talking about it, but it's not like the Christchurch shootings that happened. It's not like, any other violent issue that has ever taken place. It's not put on blast in the same way. I think we can agree on this, can we not?
Yeah,
I can't imagine why. That is a
you can't imagine
the sheer number of people affected, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you ever see that one scene in Naked Gun where Leslie Nielsen is like nothing to see here, and you see a whole lot of explosions and chaos right behind them. It's kind of like that thing right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's just so many people. I mean, I don't care what your political leanings are. You can't. I can't imagine how you can freaking ignore that just based on the sheer loss of life alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an intentional killing of life. STA, really?
An intentional killing of life.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, and of course, like the Twitter elitists and things like that. It's like President Trump. He gave kind words about the whole attack and things like that. Of course, jackass after jackass after jackass ends up saying something demonizing. I'm like, oh my God, you guys just.
I also would like to bring up something to you guys. Take a look at this tweet from President Obama. It strikes me as odd. Quote, "The attacks on tourists and Easter worshippers in Sri Lanka are an attack on humanity. On a day devoted to love, redemption, and renewal, we pray for the victims and stand with people of Sri Lanka."
What's an Easter worshipper?
That's exactly my question. What is an Easter worshipper? And I noticed this in two individual instances. Here we go. Hillary Clinton also had something to say along these lines. On this holy... Sorry. What? Stop being a little butthole, internet. Okay, so Hillary said, "On this holy weekend, for many faiths, we must stand united against hatred and violence. I'm praying for everyone affected by today's horrific attacks on Easter worshippers and travelers in Sri Lanka."
Easter worshipper equals lover of eggs. I also really love bunnies. Hey, Busty Butt. There are people there's a cult following you now, by the way.
Yeah, Weebo, you see Sinatra's on quote what?
Yeah, I just saw that under there. He was like, "I think you mean Christians."
That's what it is. They're trying to avoid saying Christians.
Because the implication is this was an attack on Christianity, and it was. Whether or not it was Muslim. Yeah, whether or not it was Muslims attacking Christians is, hasn't been announced yet, but I think we can make a pretty safe assumption that is the case.
Mm-hmm. However, like I said, if it would have been an attack on Muslims, they wouldn't have been calling them anything else but Muslim and things like that. They would have made sure. And the wild part, that's what I'm saying. You got people like Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton making these same things right here. Trump made these exact same quotes, and he got fucking demonized. And I'm like, really, like I'm saying, all three of these people said the same thing right here, but he's the only one that gets like, you shut up, I'm like, people are just.
I'm gonna ask what he said in 1 second. Thank you, Sanguine, for the $5 over on the Streamlabs. How long till it is summed up as some people did something in Sri Lanka? And I did see something like that where it was like someone fell over a balcony, and it was like, you mean someone?
Oh, it
threw
was a little
someone
kid
over
that
a
was
balcony?
thrown over the balcony. Yeah.
And it's like,
Mhm.
what? And thank you, Tuscan Treaty, for the $30 over on the Streamlabs. Since I can't wish you a happy birthday tomorrow, happy birthday, SGA. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What did Trump say that got him in trouble? Like, what could he possibly have said? I honestly, the only thing to me,
Look worse than Easter worshippers.
well, the only thing to me that would warrant you getting in trouble over something you say about this would be, I'm really glad that they got attacked.
I don't know.
That
Here,
says like
let
his last tweet was right. Like I said, 138 people have been killed in Sri Lanka, with more than 600 badly injured in a terrorist attack on churches and hotels. The United States offer heartfelt condolences to the great people of Sri Lanka. We stand ready to help. And of course, you got the clandestines, you got Melissa Milano, you got every, doy ass left leaning, like virtue signaling person, just demonizing things like that. And of course, with the clandestines leading the damn charge, because anytime Trump tweets, they're there.
wait, hang on. Okay, so I'm looking at this because I pulled up the tweet because I wanted to see what the issue was.
You are a total F up? I don't understand it.
I don't.
What happened?
Heartfelt condolences from the people of the United States to the people of Sri Lanka on the horrible terrorist attacks on churches and hotels that have killed at least. I don't. What's the issue?
138 million. I guess, like I said, it was it was a miss. Yeah, it was a miss.
Okay, I get it. People are allowed to make mistakes. I myself am not the best at twittering sometimes. I have my moments of genius, and then I have my not so moments of genius. You've all seen it.
I can't even count the times I done miss, quoted something like that due to my damn autocorrect.
It's not a.
I'm really not that mad about it. I just don't care.
It's a nothing burger. Nothing burger. I mean,
it's
but
like to me, that's on par with being mad at Alexandria. Was like when people were making fun of AOC because she said red, and she was like, "We're gonna turn the map red," and then they were like, "Hi, you're a Republican now." It was like she says things all the time on TV, and she accidentally said a thing. I literally can't read every time I'm on stream. Okay, like call me when she says something actually dumb. Like
exactly
of all the things.
Of all the things.
Oh, if we did that, I'm saying, man, your phone would be off the hook.
Like if that's the worst thing that you do in a day, and that's what people are so harped up on.
Yeah,
get a life, please, people,
exactly.
please, and thank you. I get it. 138 million is not the same as 138, but sometimes people screw up.
Are we taking advice from people on our therapy couch?
We didn't say anything about it. I didn't say anything about it at the beginning because it was a whole issue, and we are well behind. We're actually
yes, we are. So
we're into stupid comment time. And we did promise Lion Patriot we'd get to the doggo portion of this.
Yes,
the dog park. Let me see if I can screen share the dog park. No, I cannot. SDA, would you mind?
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, it doesn't show up for me when I try to do it.
Yeah. Anyway, whoops. Dog park.
Yeah. So we have a Discord, ladies and gentlemen. And in that Discord, we have a dog park. And in that dog park, we have where you can post pictures of your pets and things. So we have a lovely picture of is that a corgi? Is that Lion Patriot's doggo?
Looks like a pom-pom to me.
A pom-pom. That's fair.
But I could be wrong. I could be biased.
Just a little bit. Yes, that is Lion Patriot's best friend, and he is the goodest doggo.
Such a kitty.
So yeah, the dog park portion is a portion that we are adding. So we want to show off your pets and your pet pictures. So if you guys would like to be part of the Sunday shows now, make sure that you post pictures of your furry friends in
Yeah.
the park.
Post those pets.
There's some more pets too if you want to go up. They're
Yeah.
adorable little
And not
Pets.
just
not just dogs, cats, parakeets.
yeah.
No snakes though. None of that nonsense.
Snake!
Not in my Discord. All right? I'm putting my foot down. There
Do
will
we
be no
have-
snakes.
Do we have snakeophobia?
Oh god, yes. I am terrified of snakes.
I don't like snakes either.
I don't like snakes.
We
I
also have Euphios.
Mm-hmm.
Kid or cat.
Get the kid or cat.
There's Euphios.
Aww.
Adorable. I love cats so much. I want a cat.
I miss my cat and I miss my dog so much.
Yeah, ever since my last dog, like I said, I think I've said this story before. It's like I couldn't bring myself to like really own another or really get attached anymore because like, you know, he was the greatest to me, and I'm like, oh man, when I lost him, that was like a piece of my. That's like losing a family member. I'm like, I can't replace him.
Oh god, my cat's about 15 years old now, and I've had him. We found him 15 years ago, Thanksgiving, I think. Cared for him, loved him, nursed him back to health because he like when we found him, he was mold, which is why he doesn't have like a lower tooth in his jaw and why he doesn't have a tail. But we still love him to death because he's our cat and he's the best cat in the world. Freaking Cole is, you know, the love of my life. But you know, when he finally probably kicks the bucket in a few years, it's gonna be a very sad day. I'm gonna be heartbroken. It's gonna be a bad time. That's a hole you can't mend, man.
No.
And I don't look forward to it.
On that fun note.
Aww. Oh, I love Delahaye sending pictures of his kitties. Or his? Delahaye is a girl, right? No.
No.
Guy. Okay. I never know with you guys. You know that, right? Like
I
unless-
never know either.
It's a little bit embarrassing when I do screw it up because then they tell me and I think to myself, ooh, my bad.
For me, Prospero was a guy until I started talking to Prospero.
I'm sorry, Delahaye.
They're Delahaye's kitties.
Bad comic review. Jack thinks that I should get a llama that I could ride around town. Llamas
Dude,
spit. I don't know how enthused I am about that.
I
Aw.
love, you know what? I love black cats so much.
Yeah. Irate prostate. Coal or coal? It's coal, as in like coal miner, because he is the color of coal. That wasn't my name choice. It was between that and Pilgrim. Yeah, same
Well,
queen.
oh.
You assumed that was Dumbledore-esque. Haha. Oh, by the way,
No,
guys,
what-
it is chat time now. So we will be taking comments, concerns, conundrums, questions from you guys over in the live chat on the YouTube watch page. So by all means, proceed.
Send those questions, comments, and concerns, everybody.
Please do not send a box of rubber snakes to Weebo. That will not be fun.
Oh,
I-
God.
That happens, and I'm closing that PO box yesterday. No, you do not understand how extensive my phobia of snakes is. For the longest time, I couldn't even look at a picture of a snake. I couldn't touch a picture of a snake. It would just make my skin crawl. I can barely look at a picture of a snake without like having a mini panic attack and hyperventilating. It's the one thing that I'm afraid of, okay? The only thing. And it is such a paralyzing fear. I am Indiana Jones when it comes to snakes, all right?
Oh, you would have loved my hometown then.
Mm-mm. No. Check your logic. You're a guy.
Yeah. And in case you guys missed it, today is Listcraft's 1 year anniversary, and yesterday I published the sequel to Listcraft, and yeah, so that was fun and exciting.
I say congratulations and yay, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I already said that.
And
You
also
feel
we had another thing. Like I said, we also had a birthday.
Oh yes.
Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow.
SDA's birthday is tomorrow. It's
My
not
birthday
like it's a
tomorrow.
big deal or anything. She's just turning a year older. Happy birthday! Should we sing happy birthday?
That's it.
Like, if you
Yeah, do we do it? I'm saying, do we do it in monkey them style, or we
Yeah, we
just
do it in monkey
break it down?
style. Of course. Ready?
Okay. SBA. Well, since you're right there, you ain't got to say, "Are you out there?" This one's for you.
Mm-hmm.
And a one, and a
Two.
two. Happy birthday
birthday to you.
to
Happy
you. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this.
to you.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
SBA.
You guys are horrible.
Happy birthday to
To you, SDA.
I hope you
See,
don't
we can't even do it better than monkey now.
mind.
Happy birthday to you.
Pat
And
just
you.
has to
And
show
you.
off.
And definitely you.
I like that Pat also did Satsu's parts. That made me happy.
He would be
Oh,
proud.
speaking of which, I will actually be on Lords of the Night tomorrow night because as of
Yay!
tomorrow, I will officially be half monkey's age for an entire year. And we've both agreed that that's really creepy. So we thought we should make it weird. So we're going to.
That's it.
That's fair.
So it'll
And
be,
you be 23, right?
I'll be 22 and he'll be
Oh,
44.
22. Oh, well, y'all got to play Taylor Swift then, you know?
Oh, yeah.
feeling 22.
Oh, and we've been copyright struck. Gosh
Yeah,
darn.
that's it.
Oh, yeah, they have been doing that lately. I mean, you can't play like a piece of music without them saying, yeah, oh, yeah, this has been claimed. Because
Yeah.
it used to be like, you could play like, what, 15 seconds and like, you know, you still get away with it. But now it's like you can't play 1 second.
No, you can't even play. I think it was 30 seconds, and now it's nada. Zip. Zilch.
Now, for me, it was 15. You know, it's like if I went past that, they was like, yeah, we got to claim that.
I've actually been getting copyright notifications because I have uploaded like pieces of like TJ videos on here, and it's been like, hey, I think some bitch is using your shit. And I've been like, uh-oh. And then I was like, oh, it's me.
The Yufio answer, thank you for the $2 over on the Streamlabs. Since I had the cutest cat, what prize do I win? You don't own you don't get a prize because my cat's cutest. All right, I'm putting my foot down here. Right. And also, for those of you who actually, you know what, this doesn't make any difference. You can unmute yourselves. Birthday songs are over. I
You know
promise.
what's even creepier? You turn 22 for a whole year on the 22nd.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
Wait.
Mhm.
your golden birthday.
Yeah.
You turned
but
22 on the
is that
22.
really creepy? But like, because doesn't that happen to everybody?
Yeah, but I don't remember my golden birthday because it happened when I was 4.
Oh.
So it's less cool.
And it's gonna be a Monday, and I'm gonna be all alone. Like, I'm not
Aww.
doing anything tomorrow. All like my birthday stuff is not on my birthday.
I'll be with you in spirit.
Aw.
Actually, I think I'm gonna
Well-
have to be writing a paper. Ugh.
It's like that's why you got us right now, you know. Yeah. Now, if only KLC was here, you know, then we
I
Oh.
invited her on, but she's busy.
Speaking of
I know.
which, I think there are links in the description. But if you guys want to order these, you can order these books if you would like. They're super shiny, which is and they're very reflective.
well, I already got the list craft, so I'm waiting on the order right now.
Yes, you should be getting it like tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. I can check the tracking number for you.
Yeah. It's like I'll check it, you know. I'll be looking my mailbox tomorrow. Like it's here. You'll see, because that'll be the first thing I'll post up on Twitter. Well, it won't be the first thing because you know I get up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm. By the way, guys, it is chat time, and we have 10 minutes. So get your questions, concerns, conundrums, and issues on the table. Be sure to
Yeah.
add us if you have a specific question for any one of the hosts, and lots of question marks in the back
Oh yeah,
of the sentence because reasons.
cause we know you got questions. Come on now, you got the lovely Weebo Jones, you got the beautiful SDA, you got all this right here, just talking with a melodious voice when he doesn't get excited.
All right.
So bring it on.
I like that Pat can just endorse us in such a phenomenal way, SDA. Don't you agree?
I do.
Raining
I've been trying to do that a lot lately, but I haven't been able to get into video mode as of late. But I said, I'm gonna try to like make up these things right here where I can show a lot of people because I don't know, I just love doing it.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh. I did
I
not
kind of
get enough sleep last night.
how late stay up?
Doc Griffin, what's up with that guy's shiny chest? Pat?
That right there, this is my avatar that Kevin Schooler gave me. Like it was basically it's based off the original because the original is way much shinier.
Pat is very
But
proud of his ability to build muscle.
yes, it took me a year of extreme exercising in order to get all this right here. You should have seen me before. This is back like what 2014, and here it is 2019, and I'm still looking like this. So hey, I can pat myself on the back right there. I could have went all body positive, but of course, it doesn't include me.
So I'm being asked about my drawing skills. Rich at art, how long have you been drawing? Your art skills put me to shame. Actually, I don't draw that much. I can if you were to put like a gun to my head and force me to sit down and actually apply my ability to draw things, I could do it. But Photoshop is certainly very helpful when it comes to that. I can actually let me pull up the thing that I'm working on right now. It's actually pretty good. I'm mostly proud about the shading. The actual lines themselves came and they were inspired from another drawing that I was using as a template, essentially. But the shading itself, I'm actually like super psyched about because I've never been able to shade very well. Why can't I open this? There we go. So this is what I've been working on. And essentially this is I just got myself a nice drawing tablet. Sorry. It's not working. It's noises. Strange noises. Okay. Here. Okay. I got this. This is what I'm working on right now.
Oh, that looks really
nice.
good.
I'm very, very proud of how this is turning out because I'm just experimenting with the drawing tablet itself. But I'd like to do more drawy type videos with maybe me ranting about whatever, just because Facecam is fun, but it's so tedious to just get up there and do things on the Facecam for all of the time, because not only do I have to like make sure the lighting is good and the background is set, and I have to make my bed for you people because otherwise people are going to comment about it, and then I have to like make sure the camera is focused, just all of this jazz, and it's just so much easier to do a stream of consciousness thing. But I digress. So we'll see what I can do with it in the future.
Lion Patriot asked, what was the first story I ever wrote about? Honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, no clue. No clue.
Can I post pictures of hermit crabs in the dog park? Asks Mr. Monopoly. Yes, you can. I like hermit crabs. They don't freak me out. They're actually adorable. I used to play with them when I went to Florida.
Those slithery reptilians.
If they don't have legs, they freak me out, okay? I don't know why. I just don't like snakes. Like lizards, I'm fine with. Snakes, no. Turtles, yes. Alligators, yes. I don't mind alligators, even though they could bite my arm off. But snakes? Oh my god, put me in a room with a snake and I will react like a female does when approached with threatening things. You know how they do. Exactly. I will make noises like that. No, get away from me! Oh. Eels don't bother me. It's just snakes. It is just snakes, and it's something about the way that they move. It just because they can go up with their heads, and then they just go. Wee. I'm sorry. I'm having like worms don't freak me out. Legless geckos don't freak me out. If they look like a snake and they move like a snake and they act like a snake, we're not going to have a good time. I will personally see to it that snake has a flamethrower brought to it. No, it's so bad. One time when I was in elementary school, we went on a field trip. This was second grade. We went on a field trip to a zoo. And we went to the reptile house. And this guy pulls out like this not a boa constrictor, but I think it might have been a python or something. Huge freaking snake, and everyone's like, "Weebo, go touch it! Weebo, go touch it! Weebo, go touch it!" And I'm just sitting here, and I'm like, and then finally they get me to poke it just on the scale on the side, and I'm like, "Oh God, this is horrible!" And I start bawling my eyes out because it was just so traumatizing for me. Nothing happened. I was fine, but it just no. I hate snakes.
Like, creepy.
They freak me out. The only thing in the world that freaks me out like that. Sorry. I was just, yeah.
Let's see. What else they got there? Let's see what we got. One more minute. I saw Ivory Prostate as like,
Stop
Weebo,
it,
do you
Lindsay.
play role-playing games
Lindsay,
or
no.
RPGs? What did Lindsay do?
No, take that off.
Here, I will do that.
Thank you. No, stop it.
None of this nonsense. There we go. I've handled the issues.
Yes,
SDA,
thank
they
you.
won't be a problem for you anymore. And Dan, I didn't notice until you pointed it out, and I'm like, they are me. Because he said, Weebo, did you notice that the peeps on the envelope were versions of you? I have now. I didn't realize that until I was like, huh, that is me. Masked me. Maggot hat me. Is that normal me? Oh, the injured me. Okay, now I get it.
Oh, I see now.
SDA, who is on your shirt. If you don't know who's on my shirt,
I didn't throw the envelope out.
I'm pretty sad about your musical.
Wait, you gotta move your hair.
I'm not doing it. I'm not getting got again. They just want to see my boob.
From underneath a t-shirt.
But if you don't know who's on my shirt, I feel really bad for you and the music you listen to. So, to your loss.
If you were a fantasy race, what would you be? So, like, elf or dwarf or something? I'm not saying I'd be a dwarf. I'm not saying that I would be a dwarf, okay? I am not a dwarf. I would be a wizard. I would be a wizard.
You're a wizard, Weebo.
I would be a freaking wizard. Gandalf living it up with that tall life, you know, and the freaking pointy hat. And it's not because I feel insignificant and short all the time compared to everyone else. It's just because it would be so cool to be able to use wizard powers to do wizard stuff, man. All of the time, all day, every day. Wizard is a class, not a race.
I can see Weebo
Jack,
doing that.
That depends on
pass.
That depends on which world system you're using. I saw the dog park, Berserker. You're testing the limits, but that I'll allow. I'll allow the eel.
And then, okay, look. You guys are probably gonna be like, urban fantasy. I don't care, because it's our show, and I make the rules. Vampires from the Vampire Diaries. I'm gonna be a vampire.
She won't be a vampire.
I already have a daylight ring, so.
Oh, fantastic. I'm deathly afraid of balloons, so don't feel bad. Is that because they make loud noises when they pop?
You know what? I love balloons, but I hate it when they pop.
Well, I don't think anyone likes it when balloons pop.
I know, but it makes me jump like every time, and I really hate it. Which is annoying because I really like balloons.
Jack, Weebo would be a gnome illusionist. You take that back right now. Take that back. And we are at time, ladies and gentlemen. We will end with Pat. What is your fantasy race?
My fantasy race, I don't know. I like to be one of those. I like one of those monsters that hides in the shadows because I'm more stealthy type that'll sneak up on you through the shadows and just snatch.
That's fair. Okay, so on that note, SDA, how do we end this? We need a Bible quote, right?
Yes, we need a Bible verse.
Bad Bible verses.
Sibley.
Oh, God.
Thank you to everyone who donated. Do we have any more Streamlabs? Yes, from Sanguine, who said, "Don't you lie to us. You'd be a halfling or a gnome." I would not, sir, and I am insulted that you think that I would. But thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who contributed in the chat. Thank you to everyone who sent us stories, even if we didn't accept them. Thank you for sending stories regardless. And thank you for watching our silly butts on stream every week, twice a week, because for whatever reason, you think that we are entertaining mildly so. And with that, we
Thanks
will
for having
end
me on.
on a wholesome Bible quote. Songs 2-4. Refresh me with apples, sustain me with raisin cakes, for I am lovesick. Is that good enough?
Yep, that's good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's good.
It's wholesome.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Let that
and,
knowledge imbue you.
Go buy my books. Audiobook will be out soon. I'll have more news about that by Wednesday. And yeah, we shall see you over on my channel, 7:30, hopefully on time.
Hopefully.
And thank you so much to Pat for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you so much.
Anytime. I love being here.
Aw.
And we love having you.
All right, and
I
with
love y'all
that,
too.
we out. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye.